Well, following the chaos at the Capitol on Wednesday, there has been reports now that President Trump has been contemplating the idea of pardoning himself. It would be the first time that a president has done that. As CBS 4's Mike Sullivan tells us now, the move could have a lasting impact.
After a week of political controversy, be it electoral objections, sedition, or insurrection, could a presidential self-pardon be the next?
This is unprecedented. Right? We have not seen a president attempt this.
He's said that he plans to many times.
This begs the question, is it even legal?
Nobody knows for sure because it has not been done before.
IU political science professor Elizabeth Bennion saying the creators of the Constitution made it clear no one is above the law.
It seems very unlikely that the Supreme Court would uphold a self-pardon, but there's not any legal statutes that we can point to.
I think it would, for lack of a better word, outrage Democrats who have seen Trump as a lawless president.
Even in the past week, we have seen fellow Republicans distance themselves from the president.
I think one of the biggest questions is what happens to the Trump style of Republican politics after Donald Trump leaves the White House. And I think part of what we're seeing now is the Republican Party trying to figure that out amongst themselves.
Stephen Webster is an assistant professor of political science at IU.
I think, like most things in American politics, this would fall largely along partisan lines.
Webster believing the next 4 years could leave little in the way of major legislation.
I think Democrats will have some divisions to handle themselves. They will have control of Congress, but by the slimmest of margins.
Pardon or not, President Trump may even hold control over his own party once he's gone.
I would be surprised if he, retreats into silence after he leaves the White House.
In Indianapolis, I'm Mike Sullivan, CBS 4 News.
Mike, thank you. And our experts say that any objection to a presidential self-pardon would have to start with a lawsuit stating that it would damage the nation as a whole. They suspect this would come from a federal prosecutor.